Okay, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Right now I'm in my family room, uh, talking about things because this is what I was doing today. And, anyways, my name is Michael Music. I'm going to be talking today about what it means to have a pleasing personality, right? And in this video, I really wanted to take a moment to rate yourself on a scale of where do you stand in terms of these factors of a pleasing personality. You can actually rank yourself, okay? And why is a pleasing personality so important, especially as we're having this conversation around success, right? Because truthfully, who's going to want to be around you if you just have a crappy personality? If you're someone that that repels people, who's going to want to be around you and your success? Okay, how important is a pleasing personality? Well, it is actually very essential, right? Wouldn't it be fair to say that you'll have such an easier time when you're magnetic in your personality, when the way you speak and the way you act and the way you hold yourself actually attracts people to you because they just say that they want to be around you and be around your energy. Okay, so this is for you to really evaluate yourself and just see like where you stand on on each of these factors. So I believe that there's 25 factors. We're not going to get through all of them today. I'm going to take it one step at a time, and we're going to start off with number 1 of the pleasing personality, okay? Number 1 is a positive mental attitude, okay? You know, what does that mean? A positive mental attitude. How when you're going through your day-to-day activities, how are you going through them, right? Let's say you're working. Are you working and are you slumped over? Oh, I hate this job. Oh, this, that, and the other. Oh, I can't believe I got to go in at 9 a.m. today and actually make these phone calls, right? A positive mental attitude, or everything that you do at the end of the day, let's face it, you're gonna do the daily actions that you got to do, right? That you're probably habitual with at this time, and I'm not going to be able to change that, but maybe I can change the way you think about doing them, right? How can you conduct yourself? Can you think about things a little in a different light, right? No one wants to be around a person that has a negative attitude, especially when it comes to work. And let's say that you want to be a leader and you want to lead people toward your dreams, right? Who's going to want to be around you in your dreams if all you're putting out is negativity? Okay, so that's number 1, which is a positive mental attitude. Okay, number 2 is flexibility. And he says that by flexibility, I mean the ability to unbend, to adjust yourself to varying circumstances of life without going down under them. Okay? So, a lot of people are set in their habitual way of living, right? They don't have the ability to change their habits because they think that their way is the way. And my mentor would used to say, to me, well, how's that working for you, right? Is the way that you're doing things right now, how is that working for you? Do you have time freedom? Do you have financial freedom? Do you have spiritual freedom to do you have the freedom to do what you want with who you want when you want, right? And my answer to that was no, I don't. Okay, so is the way that I'm doing things, the finite way that I'm doing things, the way that I want to live my life? And no, it's not. So what do I got to develop? I got to develop flexibility to change my habits so that I can develop the freedom that I want. So, if you are a person that is stuck in your ways, that thinks that your way is the right way, my question to you is the same question my mentor would ask me. How is that working for you? And are you willing to change so that you can change the results that you have? Number 3, okay, this is an interesting one. A pleasing tone of voice. All right. Sorry, I got my dog right next to me. Um, right. What is the tonality that you carry yourself with? Okay. Do you have this tone of voice that almost irks people, that when you talk, it's like they cringe, right? Or do you have a tone of voice that people just they just gravitate towards? Okay, um Even Napoleon Hill will say a lot of people will have a harsh nasal tone of voice that irritates other people. Okay. And now, in terms of your success, is that going to attract people to you? Right? Is that going to help develop a pleasing personality, or is that going to repel you from your success, from your dreams? Right? Why is tonality so important? Because truthfully, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay? If I were to do this video and I was just talking like this, if you guys want to be successful, you got to have a pleasing personality, you got to have a good tone of voice. You really got to believe in yourself, right? Wouldn't you tune out immediately, right? Who would want to listen to me if that's how I truly sounded? Okay, so evaluate where you are with your tonality. And the good news is, your tonality may not be where you want it to be right now. Okay, mine sure as hell was not here. When I was first starting out at 19 years old, knocking on doors, my tonality was robotic like that. Hey, my name is Michael. I'm, knocking on doors. I actually started a painting business. Is any chance you'd like some service? Right. That was my tonality. Okay, and the more people that I got in front of, the more prospects that I just got face to face with, I started to develop a better tone of voice so that they can really understand the enthusiasm that I have for what it was that I'm selling. Okay, so that is tone of voice. Number four, number four on the factors of pleasing personality is tolerance. Okay, what does that mean? Napoleon Hill says a lot of people don't understand the full meaning of tolerance. It means an open mind on all subjects toward all people at all times. Let me repeat that. What does tolerance mean? An open mind on all subjects towards all people at all times. Okay, just because someone is different than you, does that mean you're going to reject their ideas right off the bat? Right? What is that called? That's called being prejudiced. Right? Most people are so prejudiced in their ways that they look at someone, prejudge them, and they determine, okay, whatever that person has to say has no relevancy to my life. Okay? One thing I learned is that it's the most, even the most difficult people that you would think that you find on the streets, that you would be like, damn, I never could learn something from this person, right? Even if it's a homeless person, right? Couldn't you learn what not to do from them? Okay, so how tolerant are you? Do you have an open mind? You know, this is going to sound corny, but this has been said time and time again. I've heard from a lot of people I look up to. A closed mind is the most expensive commodity you can own. Okay, it took me having an open mind to certain opportunities that allowed me a way out of just living life going this 9 to 5 route, and that's how it's going to be till my parents' age, right? So, you know, how expensive is it for you to close your mind off to new things, to new people, to new ideas, right? How tolerant are you? I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 100. Okay. Number five. Number five on the pleasing personality scale is a sense of humor. As a matter of fact, it's a keen sense of humor. Okay. Napoleon Hill says, I don't mean that you have to tell a lot of jokes. I mean that you have to have a certain disposition. If you don't, you have to cultivate it so that you can adjust yourself to all the unpleasant things that come along in life without taking them so seriously. Are you able to go through the tough times and not take it so seriously? I'll tell you a story. When I first started in entrepreneurship, or whatever you may call it, maybe let's call it sales, right? When I first tried building up a painting business, there was times where leads weren't coming, and it just felt like my business was stagnant. And I was taking myself really seriously. I was 19 at the time. I thought, damn, this is the end of the world. My business isn't going up. And I really made up in my mind that the whole world was crashing down on me. Now, over time, I learned that, okay, let's say I do get hit with temporary defeat. I don't take it so seriously. And one of the reasons I don't is because I know that I have this factor of persistence behind me. And that factor of persistence is going to help me get up no matter what happens to me. So when the tough times come, right? When he says that you have to have a keen sense of humor, it means that you can laugh at those times, that you can actually be like, it's not as bad as it really seems in this moment. There will be a day where I'll look back to this moment right now, where I thought it was the toughest point in my life, and I'll laugh about it because this moment, really built me up for the next moment in my life that I needed, right? You know, that saying that everything where you are right now, like you belong there, right? You know, a lot of people don't realize that it's okay to be where they are right now. Sometimes you gotta laugh at it, you gotta laugh it off and develop a keen sense of humor so that it's not as serious as it seems. Okay. So do you have the ability to laugh off the tough times, right? You don't have to be a jokester, but can you joke about like, hey, like, where I'm at right now, it's definitely tough, but it's worth it. So that's what I have to say about a keen sense of humor. Okay, number 6 is frankness. Okay, and in the book he says, next is frankness of manner and speech, with discriminating control of the tongue, based at all times upon the habit of thinking before you speak. Okay, I'll tell you right now, most people don't do that, right? He even says they speak first and then they think, or rather regret afterwards. Okay, so do you have frankness? And what does this mean? Do you have the ability to bite your tongue and not loosely express opinions? I'm telling you, right? You probably already know this, but a lot of the things that I regretted were due to loosely expressed opinions. I used to be a person that would just shout my opinions out, right? I didn't really know what I was talking about. I would say an opinion on a subject that I had no real factual context of, and then I thought about what I said after, right? And when I thought about it, it's like, damn, that really bit me in the butt. Why would I say that? It's because, what level was my frankness at? What level of self control do I have to not express my opinions to others, even when they know they are wrong, even when I know they are wrong, right? you know, when it comes to the world of building a business, right? I truly believe that I got to go out there and start my own company and start minding my own business. Now, a lot of other people will believe that it's the only right and moral thing to do is to go to school and get a job, right? And although I disagree with them, and I disagree with them very, very much so, I won't tell them that, right? I'm going to bite my tongue and let them have their opinions while I'm going to work on just not talking about what I'm going to do with my business, but showing them what I'm truly capable of. Okay. My mentor would say, or actually, let me take that back. Napoleon Hill would say in that chapter on decision in Think and Grow Rich, chapter 8, he says, you know, don't, before you tell people what you're going to do, show them first, right? Can you show people the results that you got from the decisions that you made before you talk about, hey, I think I'm going to go do this. I think I'm going to go venture into entrepreneurship and take a little bit of risk, but really go after my dreams, right? Right. I'll tell you right now, if you do that, you may get some negative feedback, and that will only discourage you. So what I highly recommend is that you just go and do it, right? You bite your tongue, you keep your thoughts to yourself, because I know that you probably have some strong beliefs about some strong things that you're really passionate about, and that may go against the grain of society and the culture. But is it best to waste your energy on arguing your point just to what boost your ego, or is it better to just bite your tongue, go do the work, and show the world what you truly got to show, what you got to offer? Okay. Number 7 on the factors of a pleasing personality is a pleasing facial expression. Okay. So he says, I don't know if you study your facial expressions in the mirror. It is a marvelous thing to see how much more pleasing you can make your facial expression when you try. Right? Have you ever gone into the mirror and just grinned as wide as you can, and started working on developing those facial muscles so that everything isn't as serious as it needs to be, right? When I'm talking, even I have it. I will admit, even right now, as I'm going through this, I realize, yeah, I'm really passionate about this stuff. But am I talking with a monotone, or can I talk with a pleasing facial expression, a little bit of smile, right? It'll go a long way. Napoleon Hill actually will say it's a marvelous thing to see how much more pleasing you can make your facial expressions when you try. It's a marvelous thing to learn to smile when you're talking to people. You'd be surprised about how much more effective what you are saying is when you are smiling than when you are frowning or looking serious. Okay? So if we had to relate this to success, how does smiling while talking relate to the master course on success? Right? Well, you know, you probably have an idea and you want to communicate it effectively. And so if you want to increase the effectiveness of what you are saying, wouldn't it be better to smile rather than frown, rather than keep a straight face? Okay, so even as I'm going through this, I I even got some work to do with smiling while I got to talk about this stuff. So that is number 7. Okay, so I'm gonna pause there, right? I really appreciate you all for watching. We talked about the 7 factors so far of what pleasing personality. I believe there's 25 factors in this book, so we're gonna continue on this journey going through them, and I'm gonna wrap it up there. I want to thank you for watching this video on the Master Course of Success, developing a pleasing personality. And, what's cool about this is something you can come back to time and time again and really continue to evaluate yourself on how well are you on these, and especially over time, as because you will get better the more aware that you become of them. And the truth is, like, these are principles here, right? They're never going to go away. And so I'm grateful to be sharing them with you today. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again in time and space. Bye, everybody, for now.